and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
How do you like it? How do you like it?
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
That is what sport means. That is what the EuroLeague trophy means. Are you not entertained?
I'm not supposed to be cheering, but this is X Series. I can do whatever I want.
Everything is difficult in this life, so still you need to be on it.
It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win! Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time. A night to remember.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
night, only on DAZN.
Richardson Hitchins, I think he's one of the best in the world, if not the best 140. The homecoming, this is what I've always dreamed of.
Man, I'm a warrior, I fight the best of the best. You say Hitchins is your best guy? Well, let him fight toe-to-toe with me. Let's go. Ferocious is back.
Ain't no way Kambosos taking anything away from me. I'm not playing with you, dude.
I'm a hero in his city for what I achieved.
My city. It's your city? Yeah, they don't know ya. He been talking a whole lot of shit. Don't they gonna know me after I do to you? What's that? I'm gonna make him pay for that.
Not the Kambosos. Go. Hitchins is not in my level.
I'm a beat. I ain't got to lose, brother. Okay, this guy. I'm elite. He's a D-class fighter.
He's never been in the ring with anyone like George Kambosos Jr.
He can't touch me.
I'm gonna f him up in his own backyard.
Every time he fights, he get out the ring uglier than he already came in.
He's gonna realize I'm a different animal.
Team Hitchins.
And the new two-weight world champion.
And still, baby.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the theater at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, New York, New York, USA. We are live on DAZN for a big night of World Championship Professional Boxing. We begin tonight with a special bantamweight attraction set to make his ring walk. Please welcome El Terrible Chobi, Rafael Castillo. And now entering the arena for the very first time as a professional, please welcome Adam, the Mac Maka. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the theater here at Madison Square Garden. We are live on DAZN for a big night of World Championship Professional Boxing, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored tonight by Bet Online, Drip, El Mexicano, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Riyadh Season, Renaissance, Victory Live, and Everlast. All of tonight's bouts are sanctioned under the auspices of the New York State Athletic Commission. The executive director is Matt DeLaglio. Introducing your three judges scoring our first contest from ringside: Mark Constantino, Tony Paolillo, and Waleska Rodan. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, referee Arthur Mercanti. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears blue and gold. He scaled 120 pounds. Professional record: 2 victories, 6 defeats, 1 knockout. He fights out of the bookie down the Bronx, New York. Please welcome El Terrible Chobi, Rafael Castillo. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black with red trim. He scaled 119 1/4 pounds. Tonight, he makes his much anticipated professional debut. He fights out of Brighton, England. Please welcome Adam, the Mac Maka.
Good evening, gentlemen. We went over the rules early in the dressing room. I expect you to obey these rules. Let's have a nice, clean fight. touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you. Buenas suertes.
Good body.
This has been an entertaining opening pro round for Maka. Castillo bringing the fight as well. Adam Maka began boxing in the UK at the age of 6, started sparring around 9, a 2-time junior European champ, 5-time national champion. He said he did all he could accomplish as an amateur. He was ready to turn pro. It was always his dream. And here he is in his dream venue. You can tell Castillo's not going to be an easy knout. That's a push down. But Maka looks like he's already found his rhythm.
Yeah, we'll see how the fight, as the fight progresses. You know, let's see if the gas tank is there for both guys.
Maka officially signed a promotional deal with Matchroom in mid-May. He said he's going to compete at bantamweight. Tonight, it was a catch weight of 120 pounds, coming in at 119.2. Has about 35 to 40 family members who made the trip over. Castillo, meanwhile, has been a pro for just under 8 years.
Okay.
He lost on a corner retirement to Dennis Thompson back in April in Carteret, New Jersey, and he didn't come off his stool following the 3rd round.
Dennis Thompson's a tough guy, man. I'll train next to him. He's a tough guy. Watch him spar a lot.
And Dennis, a disciple of Jerome Boutenis and the Bozy Dungeon.
Definitely a lot of champs in there. A lot of champs made.
It was round 2 of Adam Maka's pro career. Castillo with a higher guard than he had in round 1.
I don't think he respects his power.
Well, Maka in the fighter meeting said, watch out for the right hooks tonight. He just airmailed a left hook.
The left hook to the body's been killing him all the whole time. Oh,
there's a good body shot.
He's smothering himself.
I think Castillo really felt that.
Yeah, that right. The body shot. He whipped the body shot. Yeah, ooh.
Oh, now he's whipping that left hand to the body. Breaking Castillo down here in round 2. Castillo looks to be on the retreat. And there is a knockdown. The first in the pro career of Adam Maka.
The barrage of punches he just couldn't deal with.
Will he be able to finish him off? Plenty of time here in round 2. Maka looking for it. He wanted the stoppage. And that's going to be it. Mercanti waves it off. And Adam Maka, magnificent at Madison Square Garden.
He earned it. He earned it. Congratulations, young man.
A second round TKO. Adam Maka gets the stoppage. Off to a roaring start as a professional. The referee knew Castillo was just going to take further punishment there.
Yeah, it was getting worse and worse, you know. The body shots were starting to take effect. They were starting to land more flush, and he was picking up the pace. You know, once he noticed that he was slowing down, he picked the pace up on him, and he got him out of there. And I love the uniform. I love this uniform. And Mac, I love the uniform.
Got the Albanian color scheme going, red and black.
He meant business.
Castillo will fall to 2-7. And it's good to see he's okay, but yeah, it was going to get uglier after those body shots were absorbed.
Yeah.
You could tell he was really hurting from that first left hand straight down the pipe, right into the stomach, and then it was the series of lefts.
To the body, yeah. Because those body shots literally neutralize you. You know what I mean? Like, from a guy that's been in there with people who, you know, attack by, and I know those, and shots that clean, he definitely felt it.
This is manager Sam Jones. You know, the promise of making his pro debut here at MSG, it sealed the deal with his agreement with Matchroom. So
everything's falling into place.
Yeah. He was able to check this off the box. It was the only venue he's ever had a desire to compete in, and now that he's doing it here in his pro debut, he'll have his sights set on bigger things.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling, man. That you finally got that first taste. You know what I mean? And it's like I got past that milestone. You know what I mean? And it's crazy.
And it's on to the next.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, man. That pressure's off of him. He did what he had to do in the training camp, and it showed.
Let's make this official and go into the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Arthur Mercanti calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 1 minute and 29 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner by TKO, Adam the Maka.
Adam, congratulations. You said you've been waiting a long time to make your pro debut. So you're a little kid, you wanted to turn pro. How'd it feel to fight as a pro for the first time?
It felt unbelievable in there. I come and I've done what I came to do. So I don't expect anything less from myself, and I'm happy with the performance.
You've probably fought a lot of different styles as an amateur, but here was a guy in front of you twice your age. Did it feel different fighting someone older, maybe more experienced?
Yeah, look, he's 18 years older than me, but I'm a strong kid, and like I said, I expect that from myself.
You came out in the first round, threw a lot of punches. Seemed like you had a lot of nervous energy in that first round. What kind of adjustments did you make in your corner after the first?
So look, I come out, see what he's got. I've done the same as an amateur. see what they have in the first round, and then I let loose on the second, and like I did tonight, and I got the second round stoppage.
A lot of guys make their pro debut, small cards, outside the spotlight. You're here in New York City at Madison Square Garden making your pro debut. How did it feel to fight here in New York?
Felt unbelievable. Thanks to everyone here, and it's what I should be doing. This is the stages I should be, and this is what I deserve.
You're an ambitious guy. You said you want to be world champion in a couple of years, undisputed by age 25. How confident are you that you can achieve that?
I'm very confident in my abilities. I'm confident in my team. I'm confident in my family, everyone around me, and I believe I can do it.
You got a very small but very dedicated fan base there behind you. Any message to the people that came here to see you tonight?
Thanks to everyone who come out tonight. Everyone from Albania, everyone from America, everyone from England. I've got the best support in the world.
Congratulations, Adam.
Thank you.
Adam Maka embracing his team as he will leave the ring at 1-0, and I think he's about to break into a bag of Starbursts because he came to New York City. He said there is a list of things to do after business was done, but as far as food goes, he said he had a big bag of Starbursts. That you don't get that in the UK, so he was anxious to try that, anxious to try the pizza scene here in New York, and what a way to celebrate again at the venue that he only dreamed of. And he said his next bucket list fight venue will be the Amex football stadium in Brighton. Let's take a look at all of this action. And Khalil making that first ring walk. You can't do it over. You have to make it count. That must feel good.
You gotta make it count. When you look good, you go out there, you feel good, you perform great, and he did.
A fight scheduled for 4 rounds. They went back and forth in the first. Again, Adam Maka is half the age of Rafael Castillo, but he was able to hurt his opponent in the second. He knew it, and it was only a matter of time.
Yeah, he attacked that body. You know, Castillo came in. He was energized. He was confident. You know, and Maka, he broke his will. He broke his will by going to the body, and got him out of there.
So Adam Maka takes out Rafael Castillo with a second round TKO. We welcome you back ringside. Khalil Coe, Justin Shackle. We're going to have Nishant Dev and Jose Silva go at it in our second and final bout here on Before the Bell, before the main card begins at 8:30 Eastern. But let's look at that main card here tonight. Start with the main event. We'll make our way down, but you got Richardson Hitchins in his hometown at the MSG Theater, a place where he watched countless pro fighters inside this venue, making his first title defense against a guy who literally changed his life, Khalil, in this room. I mean, you have George Kambosos, the Australian, coming in. He already was able to pick off Teofimo Lopez 3.5 years ago, and it set him up for a very lucrative next 3.5 years. In that time, he's lost 3 of 5 fights, but he still set him up nicely. Can he pull off the magic again in this room tonight, in your opinion?
I feel he's gonna have to make it a little ugly. You know what I mean? Richardson is home. You know what I mean? He has a lot of pride in New York. There's a lot of pride in New York, and I don't know about you guys, but I've trained and sparred in New York gyms. That's one of the toughest things to do. Is between New York and Philly, that's one of the toughest things to do, to spar. You know what I mean? He's not coming to lose. He's gonna. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in probably the best shape he's ever been in. And as far as Kambosos, this is his chance. You know what I mean? This is his chance to get back where he belongs, or where he feel he belongs in the rankings. You know what I mean?
This is probably his last chance as well. I mean, we talked about what transpired after Teofimo Lopez. 2 defeats to Devin Haney, a loss to Vasily Lomachenko. He won over Maxie Hughes. He won over Jake Wiley in his latest fight over in Australia. But here he is moving up to 140 pounds for his first title shot at this weight division. Let's talk about moving up in weight class. 5 pounds, IBF rules here. We know Richardson and how he feels about those IBF rules, but the title is the title. How much of an advantage does Kambosos have in a fresh weight class, being able to add 5 extra pounds?
That's a big advantage, you know. a pound is is an advantage. You know what I mean? When you shifting your weight in those punches, but we're gonna see how well he hydrated. You know, this is where you're gonna see what was done in his camp. You know what I mean? The camp, what was done in camp is gonna get them guys through the fight.
Well, we know Kambosos has pulled off some magic in this room. Richardson Hitchins put forth a really good performance his last time in this arena as well against John Bauza. That came back in the early portions of 2023. But these two, look, they know how to sell a fight. They both talk the talk. They back it up as well, and things got elevated a little bit at Thursday's press conference. It only zeroed in the focus on the animosity and the intensity here at the press conference. There you see some footage. Richardson Hitchins pulling out 50 grand, getting in Kambosos' face. They wanted to place a side bet this entire time, and it spilled over into George's father, Senior, and Lenny Wilson, Richardson's trainer, going at it. And I know you've been around Richardson Hitchins. He can certainly talk with the best of them.
I've sat next to him. I've been, what was it, Love Spark in Cleveland when he was going back and forth with Montana. Yo, this is what he does. This is what he does. In the gym, this is what he does. So it's not nothing new. This is what he does. He believes in who he is, and he believes in what he's capable of. And he's going to talk it, and he's going to try to back it up.
You know, peer-to-peer, you bring up that appearance that you were both on in Cleveland. The Montana Love fight in Cleveland at the Q. Hitchins, that was his first appearance on the Matchroom card.
Yeah.
And he was in the co-feature, and he kind of stole the show at the press conference, just like he was able to do at this one with Kambosos. But peer-to-peer, growing up around this area and putting in work in the gym with him, what makes Richardson Hitchins unique from a boxing style?
His IQ. You know what I mean? He's a smart boxer, and he has a pretty good jab. You know, he knows when to retreat. He knows when to attack. You know, I talked to him a lot about, like, even on how he used the ropes. You know what I mean? He knows how to slide down the ropes without being touched, using it as a defensive tactic and things like that. He has a strong IQ for sure.
Now, Khalil's not the first person who's mentioned that to me about Richardson. Pablo Valdez, who you're going to see on the main card as well. That was the first thing that he said. And Pablo Valdez has been Richardson Hitchins, or one of his main sparring partners, leading up into this fight against George Kambosos. All right, we talked about the Bozy Dungeon in Philly during Adam Maka and Rafael Castillo, and we have Andy Cruz in the co-feature, and he's going up against a tough Japanese fighter, but this is the shot that I think he's been waiting for in a short time as a pro. You've seen Andy Cruz in Bozy's gym, and what do you make of his style?
I've been seeing Andy Cruz since the amateurs. You know, Andy Cruz, he's just excited. You know, his energy is always high, his energy, you know what I mean? But he works hard, and the things that Bozy have the fighters do, and the training that he put them through, it's crazy. It's going to be a show, man. It's going to be a show for sure.
How about Pablo Valdez? I mean, this is the king of New York. That's what they call him. And I know he's been waiting for shots like this. He's coming along fighting on Hitchins' fight cards.
I know Pablo personally, and he's waiting for that moment where he can, you know, he can put on that performance that we know he can. You know what I mean? And tonight might be the night.
We have also the U.S. debut of Tara Moana, heavyweight, making his U.S. debut, who, look, as of 10 days ago, thought he was going to be fighting in Australia. That obviously didn't happen. Quick plans changed. He's able to arrive here in America, so he will be making his MSG debut tonight. That's going to be exciting. And also Zaquin Moses on the main card, coming up for the first time as a professional. But really quick, you take over Emmanuel Gallegos, you go on the road in his backyard in Mexico on May 30th. You come away with the win, in my opinion, in the most impressive fashion. Just stop him. He refuses to come off his stool. How does that set you up moving forward?
I feel like it put me in a good position, you know, to show that, you know, I wasn't fully 100% the first fight. That I knew that, certain people knew that, you know what I mean, and it shows what I'm capable of. You know, I'm ready for those guys. You know what I mean? I'm ready for those guys. People can sit and say, "Oh yeah, he has it." All right, but hey, this is if I haven't fought anybody, give me my chance. You know what I mean? To fight somebody and prove myself.
Well, you certainly acquitted yourself beautifully in Mexico. Can't wait to see what is in store for you later on in 2025. Plenty more to do here on Before the Bell, but now a word from our sponsors.
Latinos, somos creadores de momentos, momentos compartidos. Somos tan auténticos como los sabores que nos han unido por generaciones. Somos tradición, como la marca El Mexicano, que ofrece una gran variedad de productos de calidad y frescura, con sabor auténtico, para unirnos y vivir momentos de alegría. Somos familia, porque no hay nada más importante. Somos El Mexicano.
El Mexicano brand products bringing authentic flavor to your table. Somos El Mexicano. Well, the Garden is filling up nicely as we get set for the main card beginning at 8:30 Eastern. Still one more bout to go here on Before the Bell. Khalil Ko, Justin Shackle with you. We're going to see Nishant Dev in action for the second time as a pro, going up against Josue Silva. And then it is the main card coming up at 8:30 Eastern. We are set to go. 6 rounds at 154 pounds. Let's get right to the action and meet the fighters. We throw it into the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the theater at Madison Square Garden, we are set to go with a special super welterweight attraction. Now entering the arena, please welcome Isaac Silva.
This is 32-year-old Josue Isaac Silva. He is a 5'9" Mexican who was born in California. He enters at 3-2, started his career 3-0 while fighting in Mexico, and he has since lost 2 straight in the U.S., but his career's been riddled with inactivity. So before his last fight on April 26th in Odessa, Texas, Silva had not competed since late 2022. He lost a split decision to Sergio Soto on April 26th, and after being idle for nearly 2.5 years, he is now in his second fight in under 2 months against Nishant Dev.
And now making his way to the ring, please welcome Nishant, the Devastator Dev.
After his highlight first-round TKO over Alton Wiggins in his pro debut at the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas in January, Nishant Dev said he had watched the entire stoppage on his phone, probably more than 1,000 times at this point. It happened that fast. It allowed him to watch it that many times. And now the 24-year-old is back for fight number 2, becoming just the 3rd Indian combat fighter to compete at Madison Square Garden. And Dev displayed that top-notch speed, that hand power in that first round, and it's what made him an amateur sensation, an Olympic quarter-finalist, and a young fighter that has many foaming over the match potential that he can bring as a fighter, representing a country of close to 1.5 billion people. Not only that, but Dev is now living in Houston, Texas. He's training at the J. Prince Gym with the likes of Shakur Stevenson and Raymond Ford, and it sounds like there are plans for a very busy summer ahead here in 2025.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the theater here at Madison Square Garden, live on DAZN, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored tonight by Bet Online, Drip, El Mexicano, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Riyadh Season, Renaissance, Victory Live, and Everlast. Introducing your 3 judges scoring this contest from ringside: Nicholas Eno, John McKay and John Signorelli. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, referee David Fields. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears white with black trim. He scaled 155 1/4 pounds. His professional record, 3 victories against 2 defeats. He has 1 win coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Querétaro, Mexico. Please welcome Isaac Silva. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the black trunks. He scaled 154 1/2 pounds. His young professional record thus far perfect, 1 fight, 1 victory, and that victory came by way of knockout. Fighting out of Haryana, India, here is Nishant, the Devastator, Dev.
Okay, gentlemen, we're scheduled about 6 rounds. I've gone over the rules in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times. Most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
I'll tell you what, both fighters are listed at 5'9", but Nishant Dev looks like the much bigger 154-pounder, Khalil.
Absolutely. I noticed that. They both said they were the same height, and then when they stepped up, I'm like, oh no. The reach.
We shall see. First of 6 between Dev and Silva. Nishant Dev in the black trunks made quick work of his first pro opponent in January in Vegas. If he gets through this, no problem. The word is that he will be back in action in about a month's time when Matchroom heads to the Star in Frisco for Bam Rodriguez's showdown with Cafu.
Yeah, I want to see that one.
Should be a good night in Texas. He's got to get through Silva first.
Oh, good body. He felt that. See the arms close. He's trying to make sure he don't get through there again.
He's getting through with those straight punches as well.
I like how he's keeping his distance. He's working at the end.
Silva's trying to go for his first win in the U.S. Last 2 fights were in Texas. Both were losses. His opponent's record at the time that he's faced them is a combined 18-1. But he's also faced 3 opponents who were making their pro debuts. This is obviously Dev's second pro fight after a very accomplished amateur career.
Oh.
And now he's applying some pressure here in the second half of round number 1.
I like how he's making sure not to smother himself. Keeping the defense tight. Good, deep, nice combo.
Look at those close range punches.
He working in the inside, bringing it up the middle. I would like for him to bring the body shots around the outside. Nice. Whip him behind the elbow. See when he goes for the high guard like that. Good move, nice. Oh, he's live.
Silva.
Yeah.
Not coming to lay down. He's been a pro for about 7.5 years. And this is what the camp of Nishant Dev want. They want the tests early on out of the gate. Wasn't able to get it in January.
The test is what make you know that you're where you're supposed to be. And you ever get tested, when the time comes, it's gonna be foreign to you.
Dev led by his trainer, Ronald Sims. When he was getting ready to turn pro, he moved out to Vegas and was training in a number of boxing gyms in Sin City. Then after his pro debut, went back to India, cleared up some visa issues, and headed over to Houston with Sims, working at the J. Prince Gym. It's been in a tight-knit, family-like atmosphere. Those were his words. Training in that gym with the likes of Shakur Stevenson, is able to spar Shakur leading up to this fight. You know, Raymond Ford works out of there as well. Kambosos, who you're going to see on the main card.
Definitely great work in that gym. I've been around all those guys, training with them, so I know the energy that they each bring.
Here's Silva's corner yelling out, "Duro, duro, stay durable."
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know what that meant.
I only know that because it was a nickname of a previous fighter that we've had on here on Before the Bell. And he was durable.
Nice.
Body work here on Before the Bell. It's been showcased from the two matchroom fighters that we've seen thus far. Dev in the short sample, Adam Maka breaking down his opponent with body shots.
Nice. Ooh,
good angles. Nishant Dev hoping to become India's first boxing superstar.
I like how he boxed. You just got to be a little more confident.
It feels like, Khalil, watching the body language of Nishant, it's almost as if he's just waiting for someone to tell him to press the button to go
absolutely.
And hit turbo mode.
Absolutely. You can see that he's capable of it, but he's waiting on that sign, you know, from the other fighter or for his team to give him the go ahead. Because sometimes you see that you get the okay from just watching the opponent.
Good two-punch combo with that long reach from Nishant Dev.
Good body. See, he's starting to lean forward. Yep.
Makes those body shots and the attempts a bit easier.
Oh.
It's moments like that that Dev hasn't taken advantage of just yet. It feels like it's just a matter of time.
Definitely. They're gonna, it's what, the second round? Mm-hmm. They're gonna start, he's gonna start to slow down, and then he's gonna have his way. He has to invest to that body first. He has to invest.
Based on what we've seen thus far, the openings are there for Dev. Silva will have to tighten up, make some adjustments. Feels like Dev is just lurking in the weeds at the moment.
But Silva's, he's landing like sporadically. He'll land like a big overhand. You know what I mean? Dev can't keep allowing that to happen because it only takes one shot to change a fight.
There you see Ronald Sims. He is the connection between Dev and the Stevenson circle. Obviously Shakur's coach in the past.
Yeah, I know him. Good coach. Real stern.
Start of round 3, again scheduled for 6 at 154 pounds. Dev, an Olympic quarterfinalist in 2024, a bronze medalist at the 2023 World Championships, and now the tempo picked up out of the gate here in round 3.
They gave him the okay.
Kind of can see it in his eyes too.
Good feint. He's showing everything. He's falling for every feint.
Yeah, the traps are being laid.
That was kind of low.
Silva trying to get into a body shot from the left side. Oh, good close range action from Nishant Dev. Solid body shot again. You know, one piece of advice from Shakur Stevenson that Dev said he's kept with him as he lands a left hook to the chin. He said Shakur advised him about punching in his own range and then getting out. Not punching sort of in your opponent's range and let them take a shot at scoring at you.
Yeah, there's this like I do it too. Like I'm close enough to hit you, but you can't hit me. You know what I mean? It's all about positioning. Good body.
Left hand sneaking through to that body. Oh, the left hook nearly sideswiped Silva. Dev pouring it on in round 3 here at the Garden.
Stay to the body. He has to stay to the body. Not get excited. Good body.
Last 30 seconds of the 3rd round.
He's letting him build confidence, pushing him back to the ropes. That's his favorite punch. That's his moneymaker.
Nishant Dev looking to be in complete control through 3 rounds.
3-0. But you never know. He's still swinging. He's still standing.
Dev in action now as we take a look at the action from the 3rd round.
Way to set up that body. It seems as he has the longer arms.
You have to love the devotion to the body for Nishant Dev.
That's the key. Strong guy. Silva's not planning on quitting. So.
Yeah, Dev will earn this, that's for sure. You got a good credit here to Isak Silva. You know, when Dev put on a highlight stoppage over Wiggins on that show in January, it caught the attention of Turki Al-Sheikh, and he FaceTimed Eddie Hearn right after the victory at the Cosmopolitan. There are reports, again, that if Dev comes through this fight, no issues, yeah, he'll probably land on the next U.S. show for Matchroom in July, but also could be in play for a Canelo-Crawford undercard. His Excellency mentioned Dev by name as boxers he wants to see and showcase.
That'll be good for him.
Lead right hand lands flush as Silva walks forward. You really have to like, for the long arms, you have to like the close range shots that Dev.
The accuracy.
Yeah.
Nice. I wish he mix it up. Like, yeah, there you go. He mix it up downstairs, upstairs. Cuerpo, I know what that means. Body, body. Nice. Nice.
Dev being advised just to stick to the body. He's evenly distributing his offense. Taking the shots upstairs when he knows that they're open. But the body work, can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Silva left him exposed there. And that opened the door for a nice combo from Nishant Dev. A minute to go in round 4.
He's telegraphing that right hand, Silva. He's telling him, I'm about to throw it. Oh.
I think Dev punched the glove and that snapped Silva's head back.
Made him hit himself. A lot of fighters need to learn that right there. We call them the wipers, windshield wipers. When they got their high guard up, you pull their hands down.
Could swipe him away.
Yep. Working there.
Silva hanging tough here against Dev. Through 4 rounds. These shots seem to be growing an impact from Nishant Dev.
Silva's throwing him back though. He's still in the fight. He's down on the scorecard, but he's still in the fight.
You see some friends and family for Nishant Dev. Has some family from Canada who came down for this show like they did in Las Vegas. You take a look at the action from round 4. Tell you what, doesn't look like Nishant Dev has been touched.
At all. He still looks comfortable, relaxed, composed. He trained for it. You know, he trained for these moments.
Here we go with round 5 between Dev and Silva. Before the bell winding down, coming up at 8:30 Eastern, it's the main card on DAZN leading into Hitchins Kambosos here from New York City. Will Dev be able to earn his 2nd straight stoppage as a pro, or will he get the rounds in? As Silva has come to win. He's trying to avoid a 3rd straight defeat.
He might be outclassed this one. Ooh.
Left hand gets through from Dev.
Nice.
That left hand, tell you what, he snaps it out. Doesn't look like a big punch, Khalil, but it seems to have had an effect on Silva.
I think he was complaining it was behind. Ooh, ooh.
Right hand comes in at a blistering pace.
Ooh. Oh, he got mad. He wants to close out. Ooh. Stick that jab out there. You need to stick to work.
Oh,
nice.
Quick counter right. You talk about speed.
Right and the left. Good shot. You gotta snap them shots, them punches, snap them. Don't push them.
Yeah, these are impact shots. I guess if you want to nitpick Khalil, you'd like to see them come in bigger bunches.
Yeah. He's doing great, though. He's putting them together. He's using angles. They got Silva's like he's fighting an octopus out there right now.
Final 40 seconds of round number 5.
Nice angle.
Ooh. Good exchanges here. Silva's tough. He's a tough guy.
Dev is just, he's too much.
Nishant Dev controlling virtually every second of this scheduled 6-round affair.
Nice.
Beautiful snapping shots.
Definitely.
You know, selfishly, you want to see this go the difference because that's how impressive the punches have been from Nishant.
It's exciting to watch. I don't think Silva wants to do that, though. And he wants, ooh. Like, see how he's following up? He looks like he, you know, he's out of range, but he's really not. Nice.
Dev receiving more instructions from Ronald Sims. Himself, a 1996 Olympic alternate.
That was the year I was born.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Going by fast, right?
Woo.
Here we go, 6th and final round. This has been a terrific clinic by Nishant Dev. His second pro fight at New York's Madison Square Garden.
Definitely a clinic. And like you said, for a guy whose arms are that long, the inside work and short shots, the landing is nice.
For a 24-year-old from a farming town in India, he is putting the boxing world on notice in one of the meccas in the United States, Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
Close range left hook.
He set that up off of touching the body. Sometimes you don't have to always punch hard. Just touch him to let him know that's where you're at. And then the next shot is somewhere totally different.
He has the spacing of that jab down perfectly.
Yeah, he's locked in. Look, he's locked in.
He's been locked in since the opening bell. Been really impressive night.
That jab.
You know, his corner's telling him speed. I don't know if he could go any faster.
They want him to overwhelm him. They want him to overwhelm him with shots.
More than just 2-punch combos.
Yeah. Because you can see that he's done. They just want him to get him out of there. Nice.
Nishant Dev, the decorated amateur out of India. He has looked the part over his first 7 pro rounds. 1 round in Vegas back in January. 6 rounds here in New York City's Madison Square Garden. The second half of 2025 should be awfully exciting for this 24-year-old.
Nice. Some tough critics out there.
Being told to close the show. He's put on a great show.
The cocky box numbers are probably crazy. The comparison.
Oof. A straight left hand. It was his calling card in this fight. Some good rounds for Nishant Dev as he goes the distance.
He's definitely putting them on notice that with that performance. Sharp, tight.
This is a fighter in Isaac Silva who is 8 years older than Dev. But Dev technically showing he is superior. Also with the speed, the precision, the footwork.
The angles, the body work.
Dev dealt out a ton of punishment over 6 rounds.
The back of his neck has bruises.
It'll be very interesting to see what lies ahead. Again, could Frisco, the star, be in line for Nishant Dev? That event coming up July 19th. But for now, you can enjoy this one. A 6-round clinic against Josue Isaac Silva here at the MSG Theater.
I like his uniform also.
That's one thing about these big-time Olympic prospects too. They don't fool around with the fight kit out of the gate.
No, you gotta, like I said, you gotta feel good. You gotta, if you look good, you're gonna fight good. You know what I mean? Everything plays a part.
6 rounds in the books for Nishant Dev. Let's go back inside the ring with David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here at the theater at Madison Square Garden, we go to the judges' scorecards, and they read as follows. Nicholas Enold, John McKay, and John Signorelli all scored this bout identically, 60-54 for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated, Nishant, the Devastator Dev.
Nishant Dev victorious by unanimous decision over Josue Isaac Silva. We'll hear from Nishant in a matter of moments with Chris Mannix, and as he moves to 2-0.
Well, Nishant, congratulations. 2 fights, 2 wins. You get a wide decision here. You certainly had to work for it, going the full 6-round distance. How did you feel about that performance?
I mean, I feel great. You know, like I say, I don't go for the knockout. I'm just working on my skills, improving my skills, and what I have learned, I just have to show in the ring and win the fight.
It's tough to learn a lot in a pro debut when you get a guy out of there in 1 round. What do you take away from going 6 rounds in your second fight?
I mean, I have been before in Olympics, in World Championships, so I'm used to it. But this is the beginning of my professional boxing. So I'm still learning, I'm still improving, growing, and we're going for another level.
You were a great amateur. Now early in your pro career, you got a great team behind you. What's the adjustment been like as you've tried to learn the pro style?
I mean, for me, there is no difference in amateur and in the professional boxing. It is just a matter of 3 rounds and the 6 rounds. So I know what I am doing in my ring, what I have learned back in amateur, taking study from my team and make a I don't know. It's just, I mean, I'm not lacking of English. I'm not getting that word. I'm getting study back in my home and doing what I have learned. So working on my skills, working on my power. I'm not looking for the knockout punch. I'm still learning. It's my second fight. Gonna be improve more and gonna be see in the next level and the different Nishant upcoming in 3rd fight.
I know Matchroom wants to keep you busy, maybe bring you back as early as next month. What do you want the rest of this year to look like?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't. I have already 3 months rest back in home, so I want to get busy, get more exposure in professional fights so that I can be, you know, get an experience taking these fights to another level and get in the title shot and well deserved. So I would like to say, in 19 July I'm fighting again in Dallas in BAM's undercard. So I would love to stay steady and looking for the next fight.
You got a lot of fans back home, maybe up at a different type of hour to watch you fight on this card. What's your message to them?
Yeah, all I just want to say, back in India, keep supporting me, keep showing me love. I'm on my another level in professional boxing, the first only Indian boxer in the professional boxing. So I'm just changing the new generation, new youth coming up from the India, opening the gate for them to show your skills and take your nation with you and make you proud and make proud India.
Congratulations, Nishan.
Thank you.
Guys?
All right, thank you so much, Chris. Nishant Dev with an entire nation behind him, shining here in New York City. So we take a look at some of the highlights of this fight. Isak Silva back in the ring after fighting as recently as late April, and then Nishant Dev off his pro debut in January. Khalil, what stood out the most to you as we saw Nishant Dev go the full distance here?
He brought out a bunch of different angles, a bunch of different punches. He gave Silva so many different looks. He didn't know what to do, man.
The full 6 rounds, the precision was there, the speed was there. He baited him well, set the traps. The body work was the focus. You always like to see that. His defense was spectacular, and he gets the wide decision over Josue Silva. So Nishant Dev victorious now 2-0. You could possibly see him next month on another Matchroom show. This is what you're going to be seeing in a few moments. The main card set to begin at 8:30 Eastern. Zaquin Moses on the main card for the first time in his first 6-round fight against Carl Rogers. Pablo Valdez. He has packed the house here at the theater, and the fans will come and see him face Cesar Diaz. Then it will be heavyweight sensation Tara Moana looking to improve to 8-0 against Aleem Whitfield, the co-feature in an IBF title eliminator. Andy Cruz against Hironori Mashiro, the winner there, likely in line to face the newly elevated champion Raymond Murataya. And then it is Richardson Hitchins and George Kambosos as Hitchins defends his IBF 140-pound title for the very first time against the veteran Australian. So 2 fights in the books. Adam Maka wins his pro debut. Nishant Dev takes his second pro fight, going 6 rounds in the unanimous decision. Now we got the main card, Khalil. Later tonight, Hitchins, Kambosos. Kambosos pulled off the big-time win over Teofimo Lopez in this building again. The big question is, can he do it again 3.5 years later against a fighter as skilled as Richardson Hitchins? Gonna throw you on the spot, man. I didn't tell you we were gonna do predictions, but what is your prediction here for the main event?
I predict Africa boxing lessons.
Outboxing him.
Boxing lesson.
All right.
For sure.
They go the distance, and it is an outboxing performance for Richardson Hitchins, making a title defense here in his hometown of New York City. That's going to wrap it up for Before the Bell, and we congratulate Nishant Dev and Adam Maka. Thank you for stopping by, my man. Looking forward to see what lies ahead here for the rest of 2025 for the big step of Khalil Ko. For our entire crew, I'm Justin Shackle. Thanks for watching. Enjoy Hitchins Kambosos here from Madison Square Garden.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready. The fight starts now. Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this.
Fight Night, only on DAZN.